And for example C, we'll change colors, make it a little easier to keep track here. And we'll just multiply 5 times the quantity 2x plus 4 and x minus 2 times 6. So we'll get 10x plus 20 is equal to 6x minus 12. And we'll collect the x's over on this side because there's more over here to start with. So we'll subtract 6x from both sides. And then we'll subtract 20 from both sides so that we're moving the numbers over to the other side. So our 6's will cancel, and we'll have 10x minus 6x over here, which gives us 4x. And our 20's cancel, and we have negative 12 minus 20 over here, which gives us negative 32. So now we have 4x equals negative 32. Divide both sides by 4, and we get x equals negative 8. Let's take a look at example B. Example B says, your parents have an architect's drawing of their home, and on the paper the house's dimensions are 36 inches by 30 inches. If the shorter length of the house is actually 50 feet, what's the longer length? So what we need to do is set up a ratio or a proportion that says 30 compares to 36 in the same way that 50 compares to something else. We know that on the paper it's 30 by 36, and in real life it's 50 by something else. So now we just cross multiply, and we get 30x is equal to 36 times 50. Well, 30 times 50 would be 1500, and 6 times 50 is 300, so we have 1800. Then we need to divide both sides by 30. That'll cancel. Divide by 30. Divide by 10. 180 divided by 3, 60. So we get x equals 60. So the longer length would be 60 feet. 30 compares to 36, the same way that 50 compares to 60. All right, let's take a look then at example C. Example C says, suppose we have the proportion 2/5 is equal to 14/35. Write 3 true proportions that follow. Well, certainly one way to get a true proportion would just be to multiply one of these other ratios by 2 or 3 or whatever top and bottom. So for instance, we could say 2/5 is equal to 28/70. That's also another true proportion. The same values, I just multiplied top and bottom by 2. Another way to do that, though, is to take a look at the corollaries that you had, where we recognize that if we had A over B is equal to C over D, then we could swap those two, and we end up with A over C and B over D. So that's one of the corollaries there. And if you take a look at your first 3 corollaries on your text, you'll see that these 3 problems here match those 3 corollaries, and all they've done is swap the numbers around based on the ways those corollaries show you that you can. And that's it.